Have you ever opened your freezer and questioned whether the foods inside are nourishing your health or quietly working against you as you age? What if those quick, convenient meals you've trusted are actually draining your vitality after 60? And what if the very same freezer could also hold the key to staying strong, healthy, and full of life? I'm Dr. James Hartwell, and today I'll reveal the 4 frozen foods seniors should never touch, along with 4 powerful choices that can transform your nutrition, boost your energy, and even add years to your life. Stay with me until the end, because I'll share science-backed strategies that make these swaps simple and effective. There's also one shocking truth about a frozen food likely sitting in your freezer right now, working silently against your health. Together, we'll uncover how to turn your freezer from a hidden risk into a trusted ally in aging. But before we begin, I'd truly appreciate your support. If you enjoy this video, please subscribe and turn on the bell so you won't miss any upcoming lessons. Leave me a quick comment, number 1 if you like it, number 0 if you don't, so I can keep improving these health insights for you. Now, let's dive in. Why frozen foods matter more after 60. Understanding the reason behind these changes is key. Once you grasp the why, the what, and how of your food choices will feel natural and empowering. As you grow older, your body undergoes transformations that are rarely talked about openly, even during routine checkups. Your metabolism slows by about 2 to 3% per decade after your 20s. By the time you reach your 60s, that can mean your body burns 10 to 15% fewer calories each day compared to when you were younger. Yet at the same time, your need for nutrients rises sharply. It's like trying to pack a week's worth of groceries into a single carry-on suitcase. You have less room, fewer calories, but still need more high-quality essentials like protein, vitamins, and minerals. Inside your body, several shifts occur. Your stomach produces less hydrochloric acid, making it harder to absorb key nutrients such as vitamin B12 for energy and brain health, iron for oxygen transport, and calcium for strong bones. That's why nutrient-dense foods are no longer optional. They're critical. Another change comes with your senses. After 60, taste and smell naturally diminish. This can push you in 2 directions: overeating in search of flavor, or undereating because food no longer excites you. Either path can leave your nutrition lacking. And then there's muscle loss, or sarcopenia. After 30, you lose about 3 to 8% of your muscle mass with each passing decade, making strength preservation an ongoing challenge. After 60, muscle loss accelerates, and it's about far more than strength or appearance. Muscle plays a vital role in keeping your metabolism steady, supporting bone health, maintaining balance to prevent falls, and protecting your independence as you age. Hormonal changes add another challenge. As insulin sensitivity declines, your body struggles to control blood sugar spikes, raising the risk of sudden energy crashes, inflammation, and chronic conditions like type 2 diabetes. At the same time, kidney function becomes less efficient. With reduced ability to filter excess sodium, high-sodium foods become especially dangerous, putting blood pressure and heart health at greater risk. But here's the encouraging news. Frozen foods, when chosen wisely, can actually be a game-changer at this stage of life. Despite the old belief that frozen means inferior, many high-quality frozen options preserve more nutrients than fresh produce that sits for days in your refrigerator or on store shelves, gradually losing vitamins and minerals. Frozen foods also bring practical benefits. They save money, reduce waste, and provide reliable nutrition, even on days when energy or time is limited. The real key is learning which frozen foods to welcome into your diet and which to avoid, since many products in the freezer aisle are designed for younger metabolisms and don't match the unique needs of adults over 60. That's why we must take a closer look at the 4 frozen foods to avoid after 60. The frozen food industry has never been designed with older adults in mind. Too many options are packed with sodium, refined carbohydrates, inflammatory additives, and empty calories that work against the very things your body needs most: preserving muscle, protecting brain health, and sustaining energy. Let's look at the 4 worst offenders and why they're especially harmful after 60. First on the list is frozen pizza. It's quick, comforting, and undeniably tasty. But after 60, it becomes one of the most damaging choices you can make. The sodium content alone is alarming. A single serving of frozen pizza often carries 700 to 1,200 milligrams of sodium, nearly half or more of your recommended daily limit, which should be no more than 2,300 milligrams, and ideally closer to 1,500 if you have high blood pressure. And let's be honest, who stops at just one slice? In a single meal, you could easily consume your entire day's worth of sodium. Aging kidneys simply can't filter that much excess sodium effectively. The result is fluid retention, bloating, higher blood pressure, and added strain on your heart, which raises the risk of stroke and heart disease. Then there's the refined carbohydrates. The crust, made from white flour, triggers rapid spikes in blood sugar. With age and reduced insulin sensitivity, those spikes become sharper and longer lasting, leading to energy crashes, brain fog, and widespread inflammation. Over time, this sets the stage for type 2 diabetes and stubborn weight gain, especially visceral fat around the abdomen. On top of that, processed meats used as toppings, like pepperoni, sausage, and ham, are loaded with nitrates, preservatives, and poor quality fats. These compounds are tied to a higher risk of cancer, and since your body's detoxifying ability declines with age, their harmful effects become even more pronounced. Then there's the issue of calories versus protein. A typical frozen pizza packs 800 to 1,000 calories, but offers only about 15 to 20 grams of protein. For older adults, that falls far short of the 25 to 30 grams per meal needed to preserve muscle and support immune function. The result is a meal that leaves you overfed but undernourished. Inflammatory oils add to the problem. Many frozen pizzas rely on omega-6 rich oils such as soybean or corn oil, which drive inflammation, worsening joint pain, arthritis, and even accelerating cognitive decline. So what's the alternative? If you love pizza, consider making a homemade version. Use a whole grain or cauliflower crust. Add low-sodium tomato sauce, pile on vegetables, and include lean protein like grilled chicken or part-skim mozzarella. You can even freeze individual slices for convenience without sacrificing nutrition. If you're still with me and finding these lessons helpful, drop a comment with the number 1 below. It lets me know you're engaged and learning alongside me. Thank you for your time. Now, let's move on to the second offender: frozen breakfast pastries. Pop-Tarts, toaster strudels, frozen waffles, and breakfast burritos may feel like quick, nostalgic breakfast choices, but for anyone over 60, they're nutritional disasters. The sugar overload alone is staggering. A single serving often contains 15 to 25 grams of sugar. That single serving of sugar nearly maxes out your entire daily limit of 25 to 36 grams set by health guidelines. After 60, when your body struggles to regulate blood sugar, these spikes are especially harmful. They disrupt hunger hormones like leptin and ghrelin, fueling cravings, overeating, and the buildup of visceral fat, the dangerous fat tied to heart disease and chronic inflammation. Then come the unhealthy fats. Many frozen pastries contain trans fats or inflammatory oils, such as palm or partially hydrogenated soybean oil. These not only raise LDL cholesterol, but also contribute to cognitive decline and aggravate joint pain or arthritis symptoms. And let's not forget the empty calories. These foods provide little to no protein, fiber, or essential micronutrients. For older adults, that's a wasted calorie budget at a time when the body urgently needs calcium, vitamin D, and B vitamins to guard against age-related deficiencies. Even sleep can be affected. Artificial flavors, colors, and preservatives found in these pastries can interfere with circadian rhythm, making sleep problems worse. a common challenge after 60 that impacts recovery, mood, and brain health. So what's the better choice? Reach for frozen whole grain waffles topped with unsweetened Greek yogurt and frozen berries. It's nutrient-dense, satisfying, and far kinder to your body. Or prepare your own egg muffins with spinach, peppers, and lean turkey. Then freeze them for a protein-packed breakfast ready anytime. Now let's move on to the third offender: frozen fried foods. Items like chicken nuggets, fish sticks, French fries, onion rings, and mozzarella sticks may be convenient, but they create a perfect storm of inflammation and metabolic chaos. The oils used in commercial frying are often reheated multiple times until rancid, and when these foods are cooked again, they produce advanced glycation end products that accelerate aging. These compounds speed up aging, damage tissues, and fuel inflammation, an especially dangerous combination as your body's natural defenses weaken with age. The breading on fried foods only adds to the problem. Made from refined flour, sugar, and preservatives, it causes sharp blood sugar spikes while offering little to no nutritional value. Sodium is another hidden threat. Many fried foods contain 400 to 800 milligrams per serving, enough to push you past your daily limit. The result is higher blood pressure, fluid retention, and added strain on your heart. And despite their heavy calorie load, often 500 to 800 per serving, these foods are low in protein and fiber, leaving you unsatisfied and hungry soon after. This cycle promotes overeating and weight gain, which becomes harder to manage after 60 due to hormonal shifts and muscle loss. So what's the solution? Swap fried favorites for frozen grilled or baked options such as chicken strips or vegetable patties. Pair them with frozen steamed vegetables for a balanced, anti-inflammatory meal that nourishes instead of harms. Now we come to the fourth offender: frozen cream-based meals and soups. Popular dishes like creamy pastas, pot pies, or soups such as broccoli cheddar and clam chowder are often marketed as comforting and wholesome, but they hide serious risks. Their cream-based sauces are loaded with saturated fats that raise LDL cholesterol and put extra strain on your cardiovascular system. After 60, your heart is far more vulnerable, increasing the likelihood of heart disease. The sodium content is just as concerning. These meals often pack 800 to 1,500 milligrams per serving, worsening blood pressure problems and kidney stress. And despite their rich, hearty texture, they offer little in terms of protein, fiber, or essential nutrients, falling short of what your body truly needs as you age. High-fat, creamy meals also create digestive challenges. With age, reduced stomach acid and slower gut motility make these foods harder to break down, often leading to bloating, discomfort, and poor nutrient absorption. So what's the alternative? Opt for frozen broth-based soups made with lean protein, such as chicken or lentils, paired with vegetables. Choose low-sodium varieties and brighten the flavor with herbs and spices at home for a healthier, satisfying option. Next, let's address another hidden pitfall: frozen desserts and ice cream. For many people over 60, these sweet treats are no longer limited to birthdays or special occasions. Instead, they often slip into daily or weekly routines. The attraction is easy to understand. Frozen desserts are convenient, widely available, and bring comfort and sweetness. A little indulgence that feels rewarding, especially when aging brings physical discomfort, emotional challenges, or fewer simple pleasures. But here's the concern. Regular consumption of commercial frozen desserts carries significant health risks, particularly for older adults whose bodies are more vulnerable to the effects of poor dietary choices. It's time to uncover the hidden dangers behind these seemingly harmless indulgences and how they may quietly undermine your health over time. Commercial frozen desserts like ice cream, gelato, frozen yogurt, and other sweet treats are often loaded with ingredients that can wreak havoc on your health, especially after 60. They typically contain high amounts of added sugars, artificial flavors, stabilizers, emulsifiers, and synthetic additives meant to improve texture, shelf life, and taste. While these ingredients make desserts more appealing and convenient, they can disrupt the delicate balance of your gut microbiome. With age, the digestive system becomes less resilient and more sensitive to such compounds. The result can be bloating, gas, irregular bowel movements, and even wider issues like mood swings, irritability, and brain fog. The link between gut health and brain health, the gut-brain axis, is now well recognized, and one of the biggest threats hidden in frozen desserts is sugar. A single serving of premium ice cream often delivers 20 to 30 grams of sugar, sometimes more depending on brand and flavor. To put that into context, the American Heart Association advises women to keep added sugar under 25 grams a day, and men under 36 grams. Yet serving sizes on packaging are often misleading, and in reality, most people eat far more than a single serving, sometimes doubling or tripling their sugar intake in one sitting. This excess sugar sets off a harmful chain reaction: rapid spikes in blood glucose, increasing insulin resistance over time, and paving the way for type 2 diabetes, a condition that becomes more common with age. High sugar intake also fuels systemic inflammation, a driving force behind age-related conditions such as arthritis, heart disease, and even cognitive decline. Research has shown a clear connection between excessive sugar intake and a higher risk of dementia. Elevated blood sugar levels can accelerate brain aging and impair memory, raising serious concerns for older adults. If you're still here and finding these insights valuable, drop a comment with the number 2 below. It lets me know you're still engaged with me. Thank you for taking the time to invest in your health. Now, let's turn to another hidden danger: saturated fats and cardiovascular health. Beyond sugar, many commercial frozen desserts are loaded with saturated fats, often from poor quality sources like palm oil or heavily processed dairy. While small amounts of natural saturated fats from whole foods, such as avocados or nuts, can support a healthy diet, the fats found in most frozen desserts are much less beneficial. These lower quality fats contribute to arterial stiffness and raise LDL cholesterol, increasing the risk of cardiovascular events like heart attacks and strokes, already major concerns as we age. With regular consumption, these fats can worsen age-related changes in the cardiovascular system, making it harder for your heart to function at its best. And then comes the craving cycle. After 60, taste buds naturally become less sensitive, a change known as age-related hypogeusia. This reduced sensitivity often drives the need for stronger flavors, especially sweetness, to achieve the same satisfaction once gained from smaller amounts. Over time, eating highly sweetened frozen desserts dulls your taste buds even further, making you crave stronger sweetness just to feel satisfied. This fuels a vicious cycle of overconsumption, where you're constantly battling cravings that become harder to control. These cravings don't just sabotage your efforts to maintain a balanced diet. They also promote weight gain, which worsens insulin resistance, joint pain, and fatigue. And that's not the only problem. The artificial ingredients in many frozen desserts can also disrupt sleep, a challenge already common after 60. Poor sleep is tied to a host of health issues, from weakened immunity to slower cognitive performance and higher risk of chronic disease. Eating chemical-laden desserts, particularly at night, can disturb your circadian rhythm and rob you of the deep, restorative rest needed for cellular repair, mental clarity, and overall vitality. Artificial flavors, emulsifiers, and excess sugar may overstimulate the nervous system or upset digestion, leaving you restless or wide awake when you should be recharging. But here's the good news. Before you feel as though all joy is being stripped from your freezer, there are powerful, practical alternatives. These foods are not only safe for older adults, but they act as true nutritional powerhouses that support health, energy, and longevity. Specially chosen to meet the needs of people over 60, they deliver convenience, flavor, and benefits that far outweigh the fleeting comfort of ice cream. Best of all, they're versatile, budget-friendly, and simple to include in your daily routine. Many of my clients share that once they began adding these options, they felt a remarkable difference. Many of my clients have found that once they began including these foods regularly, their cravings for unhealthy desserts faded away. They were able to enjoy meals that worked with their bodies rather than against them. So why are these foods better? Each one is carefully chosen to target the unique challenges of aging: muscle loss, sarcopenia, inflammation, cognitive decline, and reduced nutrient absorption. They're packed with essentials like high-quality protein, omega-3 fatty acids, antioxidants, and vitamins that become even more important as the years go by. These foods help maintain metabolism, preserve muscle mass, reduce inflammation, and deliver steady energy without the blood sugar spikes and crashes caused by sugary desserts. And the best part, they're delicious and satisfying, proving that healthy eating never has to feel like a burden or sacrifice. The first, and perhaps the most impactful frozen food for adults over 60, is wild-caught fish. Keeping options like salmon, sardines, mackerel, or anchovies in your freezer can be a game changer. These fatty fish are flash frozen at peak freshness, often within hours of being caught. This process locks in their nutrients, making them superior to fresh fish that may have been shipped and stored for days or even weeks before arriving at your grocery store. With flash freezing, you're getting maximum nutritional benefit with minimal effort. So why is wild-caught fish such a powerful ally? Fatty fish are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, specifically EPA and DHA, which play a critical role in supporting brain health, protecting the heart, and reducing inflammation. These are three areas where older adults need the most care and attention. Research has consistently shown that regular intake of omega-3s can reduce the risk of cognitive decline by as much as 30%, lower the risk of heart disease by 25%, and significantly decrease inflammatory markers in the blood. These benefits are especially vital for adults over 60, when both inflammation and cognitive decline become more common. Omega-3s also support joint health, easing stiffness and pain, often linked to arthritis. Another advantage of frozen fish is its convenience and versatility. It requires no elaborate planning and no worry about spoilage. In just 15 to 20 minutes, you can turn a frozen fillet into a restaurant-quality meal. Whether baked, pan-seared, or grilled, frozen fish cooks beautifully straight from the freezer, saving both time and effort. This makes it a perfect solution for busy days or for moments when you want a healthy, nourishing meal without the hassle. And beyond convenience, the protein power of wild-caught fish is remarkable. Each serving delivers 20 to 25 grams of high-quality complete protein, with all the essential amino acids needed for muscle synthesis. As we age, protecting muscle mass is critical for maintaining strength, mobility, and independence. Unlike some protein sources, such as red meat, fish is easy to digest and doesn't place added strain on the kidneys, making it especially suitable for older adults. Wild-caught fish also shines as an excellent source of vitamin D, a nutrient that becomes more important with age. As we grow older, our skin becomes less efficient at producing vitamin D from sunlight. Deficiencies in this essential nutrient are linked to weaker bones, reduced immune function, and even mood disorders such as depression. Just one serving of fatty fish can cover a large portion of your daily vitamin D needs, supporting bone strength, immune resilience, and emotional well-being. So how do you choose and prepare frozen fish for the best results? Start with individually frozen portions, which let you take only what you need and avoid waste. Look for labels that say, "Flash frozen on the boat," ensuring maximum freshness and nutrient retention. Whenever possible, select wild-caught fish instead of farmed, since wild varieties usually offer higher omega-3 levels and fewer contaminants such as antibiotics or artificial dyes. Cooking frozen fish is also easier than many realize. No thawing is necessary. Just add an extra 5 to 10 minutes to the cooking time. With fresh herbs, a squeeze of lemon, and a drizzle of quality olive oil, you can enjoy a meal that's both nourishing and delicious, one that rivals what you'd pay top dollar for at a restaurant. Incorporating frozen wild-caught fish into your weekly routine is simple and versatile. Bake salmon with garlic and rosemary for a hearty dinner, toss sardines into a Mediterranean-style salad, or blend anchovies into a classic Caesar dressing for a nutrient-rich twist. By keeping frozen fish stocked in your freezer, you'll always have a healthy and satisfying meal option at hand. If you're still watching and finding these lessons helpful, leave a comment with the number 3 below. It lets me know you're here with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Now let's move to the second powerhouse, frozen berries. You might be surprised to learn that frozen berries often surpass their fresh counterparts in nutritional value, making them an essential superfood for anyone over 60. These colorful gems deserve a permanent place in your freezer, and here's why. Frozen berries are harvested at peak ripeness, the moment when their antioxidant levels, compounds like anthocyanins, flavonoids, and vitamin C, are at their highest. Within hours, they're flash frozen, locking in these vital nutrients and preserving their potency. By contrast, fresh berries are usually picked before fully ripening, so they can endure long trips and storage. During this time, whether in trucks, warehouses, or sitting in your refrigerator, fresh berries lose much of their strength. Studies show antioxidant levels can drop by 20 to 30% within just a few days of harvest. So why are antioxidants so crucial after 60? As we age, the body faces greater oxidative stress, which accelerates cognitive decline, weakens the immune system, and fuels chronic low-grade inflammation. Chronic inflammation is one of the main drivers behind age-related conditions, such as arthritis, heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and even certain cancers. Antioxidants in berries work to neutralize free radicals, protecting the brain, strengthening the immune system, and easing inflammation. Take blueberries, for example. Often called brain berries, they're packed with anthocyanins, compounds proven in clinical studies to enhance memory, sharpen cognitive function, and even slow age-related decline in adults over 60. One 2019 study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older adults who ate blueberries daily for just 12 weeks experienced notable improvements in verbal memory and task-switching ability. A single cup of frozen blueberries provides more antioxidants than most people get from all their other foods combined in an entire day. Strawberries, on the other hand, are an incredible source of vitamin C. In fact, a single cup contains about 98 milligrams, more than what you'd get from a medium orange at 70 milligrams. Vitamin C is vital for collagen synthesis, which supports healthy skin, joints, and connective tissue. This becomes crucial as collagen production naturally declines by about 1% each year after age 20. By the time you reach your 60s, this drop can lead to stiffer joints, sagging skin, and slower wound healing, making dietary vitamin C more important than ever. Berries also shine as an excellent source of dietary fiber, offering both soluble and insoluble forms that support digestion and overall health. Soluble fiber, like pectin found in berries, helps regulate blood sugar and cholesterol, key factors in preventing or managing conditions such as diabetes and heart disease. Insoluble fiber, on the other hand, supports healthy digestion and nourishes the beneficial bacteria in your gut, helping to maintain a diverse microbiome. A strong gut microbiome is linked to better immune function, improved mood, and a reduced risk of chronic diseases. This becomes even more important as we age, since gut diversity naturally declines over time. Adding frozen berries to your diet is not only highly nutritious, but also versatile and delicious. There are many simple ways to enjoy them. Blend frozen blueberries, raspberries, or a berry mix with yogurt, banana, and a splash of almond milk for a thick, naturally sweet smoothie packed with nutrients. Stir them into warm oatmeal or Greek yogurt, where their juices create a syrup-like texture without any added sugar. You can also thaw them for dessert, using berries as a topping on whole grain pancakes or as a filling in fruit tarts. And don't forget, they make an excellent frozen snack right out of the bag. Their natural sweetness curbs cravings, while fiber and water content prevent blood sugar spikes, all in a refreshing, low-calorie treat. For variety, keep different types of berries on hand: blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, and blackberries, each with its own nutrient profile and unique flavor. Whenever possible, choose organic, since conventional berries often appear on the Environmental Working Group's Dirty Dozen list for pesticide residues. Frozen berries are also available year-round and far less likely to spoil than fresh. They provide consistent nutrition without waste. Now let's look at number 3. Frozen vegetables, your shortcut to nutrient-dense meals. We all know vegetables are essential for good health, yet many people over 60 still fall short of the recommended 2 to 3 cups a day. This is where frozen vegetables make a real difference. They offer convenience, affordability, and dependable nutrition, without the waste, long prep times, or spoilage that often comes with fresh produce. Like frozen berries, they're harvested at peak ripeness and flash frozen within hours, locking in vitamins, minerals, and plant compounds. By contrast, fresh vegetables can lose up to half their vitamin C and other nutrients within a week of harvest, especially if stored improperly. The nutritional value of frozen vegetables makes them especially important for older adults. Cruciferous varieties like broccoli, cauliflower, and Brussels sprouts are rich in sulforaphane, a compound that supports your body's natural detox pathways that gradually weaken with age. Sulforaphane also carries powerful anti-inflammatory and anti-cancer properties. Research, including a 2017 study in cancer prevention research, suggests it may help lower the risk of certain cancers. Leafy greens like spinach and kale provide folate, a B vitamin essential for brain health and cognitive function. Since folate absorption decreases with age, getting enough through diet is critical to help prevent deficiencies linked to memory decline and even depression. Frozen vegetables also supply natural nitrates that support cardiovascular health by improving blood flow and lowering blood pressure. In fact, a 2020 study in the Journal of Nutrition showed that dietary nitrates from vegetables like spinach improved exercise performance and endurance in older adults, helping them stay active and energized. The fiber in vegetables plays another vital role, supporting a healthy gut microbiome that is essential for digestion, immune defense, and even mood stability. As we age, gut diversity naturally declines, increasing the risk of digestive problems and weaker immunity. Eating a variety of colorful vegetables, carrots, peas, red bell peppers, ensures a broad spectrum of antioxidants and phytonutrients to counter this decline. To make the most of frozen vegetables, preparation matters. Choose single-ingredient options without added sauces, sodium, or preservatives. When the package simply says broccoli or spinach, you know you're getting the clean, nutrient-rich choice your body needs. There are simple ways to make frozen vegetables both tasty and nutritious. Quick cooking is best. Avoid overcooking, which leaves them mushy and robs nutrients. Steam or microwave for just 3 to 5 minutes, or sauté with garlic and olive oil for a flavorful side dish. Roasting is another great option. Toss vegetables with olive oil, sea salt, and herbs like rosemary or thyme. Then roast at 400 degrees for 15 to 20 minutes until crisp and caramelized. They also shine in soups and stir-fries. Add them directly for extra nutrition and vibrant color, letting them soak up the flavors of spices and broths. For an easy boost, blend mild vegetables like spinach or cauliflower into smoothies with berries or bananas. You'll hardly taste them, but your body will get all the benefits. And don't forget egg dishes. Omelets, frittatas, or quiches become nutrient-packed when you mix in frozen vegetables. When you start seeing frozen vegetables as versatile ingredients instead of obligatory sides, they become effortless to love and easy to add to your meals. If you're still watching and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 4 below. It lets me know you're learning along with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Now let's move on to number 4. Frozen bone broth, a nutritional elixir for aging gracefully. Though often overlooked, its benefits for people over 60 are truly remarkable. This nutrient-dense liquid, simmered from bones for 24 to 48 hours, is loaded with collagen, amino acids, minerals, and bioactive compounds that nourish joints, skin, digestion, and overall vitality, the very areas where aging bodies need the most support. Collagen, the most abundant protein in bone broth, is a vital building block for joints, skin, and connective tissue. After age 20, collagen production declines by about 1% each year. By your 60s, this reduction often shows up as stiff joints, weaker connective tissue, and reduced skin elasticity. Adding collagen through bone broth can help maintain mobility, ease joint discomfort, and support skin health. In fact, a 2018 study published in Nutrients found that collagen supplementation improved joint pain and function in older adults with osteoarthritis. Bone broth also provides amino acids such as glycine, proline, and hydroxyproline. Glycine supports muscle maintenance, reduces inflammation, and promotes deeper, more restful sleep, something many older adults struggle with. Proline and hydroxyproline strengthen connective tissues and aid recovery, helping to preserve strength and reduce the risk of sarcopenia, or age-related muscle loss. Another advantage is its easy digestibility, making it an excellent option for sensitive stomachs or conditions like leaky gut, which becomes more common with age. Bone broth also contains essential minerals, calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, and potassium, in highly bioavailable forms, meaning the body absorbs them more efficiently than from many supplements. This becomes especially important as nutrient absorption naturally declines with age, raising the risk of deficiencies that impact bone strength, energy levels, and immune function. When choosing frozen bone broth, select high-quality varieties made from grass-fed, pasture-raised bones simmered for at least 24 hours. A good sign of collagen richness is when the broth gels once chilled. So how can you use it? Start with soups and stews. Use bone broth as the base, adding frozen vegetables and lean proteins for a nutrient-dense meal. It also makes a soothing beverage. Warm a cup, add a pinch of sea salt, turmeric, or fresh herbs, and sip it between meals for comfort and nourishment. You can even cook grains like rice, quinoa, or farro in bone broth instead of water to boost both flavor and nutrition. And don't forget sauces and gravies. Bone broth creates a rich, healthy foundation for meats and vegetables. By weaving it into your meals, you're giving your body a warm, nourishing hug that supports multiple systems at once. Now, let's talk about practical steps to transform your freezer and your health. With knowledge of these three powerhouse frozen foods, the key is making change manageable, sustainable, and even enjoyable. Begin with a freezer audit. Spend 10 minutes going through what you have and identify processed or unhealthy options. Things like frozen pizzas, ice cream, or pre-packaged meals loaded with sodium and trans fats. If throwing them away feels wasteful, use them up but commit to not replacing them. Or consider donating unopened items to a local food bank, clearing space for nutrient-rich choices. Then, gradually introduce frozen berries, vegetables, and bone broth into your weekly shopping routine. Begin with just 1 or 2 items, maybe a bag of frozen blueberries and a pack of frozen broccoli, and try them in simple recipes. Once these become part of your routine, expand with more variety, such as raspberries or frozen bone broth. To make these changes stick, create meal templates that include these foods. For a quick dinner, roast a piece of frozen wild-caught salmon with olive oil and herbs, pair it with steamed frozen vegetables, and finish with a handful of thawed berries for dessert. For a hearty lunch, prepare a large pot of vegetable soup using frozen bone broth, mixed vegetables, and a protein like chicken or lentils. Divide it into containers so you have easy meals ready throughout the week. For breakfast, blend frozen berries and spinach with Greek yogurt and a spoonful of chia seeds to create a nutrient-packed smoothie that fuels your morning. Batch cooking is another lifesaver, especially when energy or time is limited. Cook several portions of frozen fish or vegetables at once, storing extras in the fridge for quick access. You can also make a big pot of bone broth-based soup to enjoy over several days. The key is keeping things simple, so healthy eating feels easy and not overwhelming. Picture a simple snack of frozen berries with yogurt, a side of steamed vegetables topped with olive oil, or a warm mug of bone broth. The most important thing to remember is progress, not perfection. Every small step, whether swapping ice cream for frozen berries or adding a serving of vegetables to dinner, is an investment in your health. Within just a few weeks, you may notice more energy, better digestion, sharper focus, and even deeper, more restorative sleep. These small changes become a loving investment in your future. Of course, changing eating habits after years of routine can feel overwhelming, especially with so much conflicting nutrition advice all around us. But here's the truth. Your body's needs evolve with age. Choosing foods that meet those needs is one of the most powerful acts of self-care you can give yourself. By prioritizing frozen berries, vegetables, and bone broth, you're doing far more than eating better. You're supporting brain health, muscle strength, immunity, and your overall vitality. You're choosing to age with resilience, energy, and joy rather than accepting decline as inevitable. And the truth is, these changes don't have to be drastic. Small, steady choices, like adding a handful of berries to breakfast or sipping bone broth in the afternoon, compound over time, much like interest in a savings account. Every nutritious bite is an investment in how vibrant you'll feel tomorrow, next month, and even years from now. If this guide has encouraged you to rethink frozen foods, take action today. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to Healthy Aging Blueprint for more science-backed tips to fuel your body and help you thrive in your 60s and beyond. We've covered a lot together, from the 4 frozen foods that may be accelerating aging to the 4 nutritional powerhouses that can help you stay strong and energized. My hope is that you're leaving with practical insights to make your freezer work for your health, not against it. So let me ask, what's one change you're excited to put into practice? Maybe it's swapping frozen pizza for wild-caught salmon, or adding frozen berries to your morning routine. Share your biggest takeaway in the comments below. I read every single one and truly enjoy hearing from you. If you found value in this video, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more guidance on aging with strength, vitality, and purpose. Wishing you abundant health, happiness, and peace. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Healthy Aging Blueprint.